Can you see anything yet? Oh, okay. This is only staff. Can see it. Just give me a second. Hi everyone, this is Emma Warner. I am going to be the speaker for the webinar, and I would like to introduce Lacey.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us for the webinar today.
Yeah, and Lacey Thompson will be chiming in. She may be chiming in here and there throughout the webinar, just as an assist for me. So I am a safety specialist for SafetyPro Resources. Just a little bit about me. I graduated from Southeastern Louisiana University with my bachelor's in health and safety, and from there that enabled me to get my GSP through the Board of Certified Safety Professionals. I've been with SafetyPro for almost 2 years now. So today for this webinar, our agenda will be, I'll start off by talking about what does it mean to outsource your safety management and some benefits of how outsourcing safety will benefit your company. Also, we'll talk about why you should outsource, and then what can be outsourced exactly. If you're considering outsourcing anything in safety, you may not really know where to start. So it'll give you some ideas of what tasks you can outsource. Also, we'll be talking about how to choose the proper safety consultant for your company, since every company is different. Not just any safety consultant will work for all companies. Also, I will be talking about what technology SafetyPro uses to accelerate safety processes with our clients. So starting off, what is safety management outsourcing? So outsourcing is the practice of hiring an outside consultant to manage or assist in the management of organizational health and safety programs. So this can be numerous topics or tasks that can be outsourced. It's no different than any other resource that you may outsource in your organization. So some examples may be HR, maybe some training if you have experience outsourcing some of those things, drug testing, plumbing, some of those tasks you may have experience outsourcing. And why did you outsource that? It's because you internally don't have the expertise to get that job done. You know, I wouldn't trust myself going and fixing some plumbing under the sink. I would rather just hire a plumber because they have expertise in that area. They have all the tools they need. And so that is that goes along the same lines as outsourcing any safety tasks. So what are some benefits? Why would you outsource safety? So the first reason is to save time. So the resources are available on demand. That means we have, for an example, a safety inspection sheet to inspect the facility. We have that already created. So it's not going to take time for your company to go through and create this whole inspection and research and all of that. We have all of those types of things on hand already. It'll improve efficiency of safety processes as well. So you're not going to have to go through and figure out, okay, so now that this job inspection, this site inspection is complete, now what do we do? So whenever you outsource, for an example, a site inspection, we've done this many times, and so we have a really good idea of what works best. And so you'll also save money. So it doesn't require internal resources. So you're not going to have to spend money on the tools that it may take, the paperwork. You're not going to have to buy like a card printer if you want your employees to have like a card or something like along those lines. You're not going to have to spend money on those tools and equipment to get the job done. Also, you're not going to have to pull a full-time employee out of the office in order to complete any of the safety tasks that need to be done. You're able to let your full-time employees continue doing their job and have a safety professional come in and get it done, so they're not having to step away from their everyday job. You're going to increase leverage as well by hiring a safety consultant. So that being said, it will increase your professional image. It's going to look good to have a professional, a third opinion on certain safety topics. It'll be specialized. So whenever you choose a safety consultant, you're going to want to make sure that they have background knowledge in what they are going to be working on. Contractor requirements. The consultant that you hire is going to need background knowledge on what the contractor requirements are going to have. And luckily, we have the benefit of working alongside a lot of general contractors and plant managers and along those lines. And so whenever you're hiring a safety consultant, it's really important to make sure you check and see where their previous knowledge is from. We have safety consultants who have worked in plants, worked in construction, and pretty much in every industry, even the military. And so not just OSHA requirements, but also contractor requirements are difficult to understand, and by hiring a safety consultant, they're able to kind of work through those requirements and make sure all of them are being met. So 5 reasons to outsource safety. So if you're wondering, should you outsource safety? Is it time to outsource safety? I'm feeling some tugs and strains here and there. Our company's growing. Here are some reasons. So first, your company is not large enough to have a full-time safety professional. So you don't have somebody who is designated fully to safety, and but you're growing and you feel like it's time to have somebody just designated for safety. So at that point, a safety consultant would come in and fill in those gaps. And it's not necessarily that they're there every day or something like that, but they provide the resources that you need. They provide the training to facilitate the safety processes. And the good thing about safety consulting, I do want to add, is that it's like you get the flexibility of having a safety consultant not necessarily be there all the time. So because every company is different. Every company has different needs, different situations. So, and I see that I'm skipping ahead to number 3, so bear with me here. But so you don't have to, whenever you hire a safety consultant, you should choose one that is flexible. So meaning you're not having to get tied down to somebody who has to be there all the time. Maybe you just need help in one area. You want somebody to fall back on. I mean, it could be as simple as you want somebody to fall back on if an accident happens, to do an incident investigation for you. Or on the other end of the spectrum, you may want a safety consultant to come in and implement an entire SMS system and increase your safety culture and really be involved in your company, and that would require a lot more interaction. So you want that flexibility. So maybe you do have a safety manager, somebody who's just designated to safety, but they're overwhelmed. So, and in that case, you should probably start considering outsourcing some safety. So, another reason why you should outsource safety is if you feel like you have a pretty good safety processes already in place, but you want to implement something that is proven and it's by field experts. So meaning maybe your safety processes are working here and there, but you want something that fits in all processes of the company, and you want it to be proven to work. Also, another reason why you'd want to outsource safety is if you want the objectivity that comes with hiring a third-party consultant. So what does that mean? That means that if you don't want to have the resistance from your company from political motivations, any barriers along those lines. So, for an example, I had dealt with one of our clients who had a welder. That welder had been there for years and years and years before they were even required to wear safety glasses under their face shield. Well, we wanted to have that double barrier of having the safety glasses, and we were having a little bit of issues with them, with that one particular employee wearing the safety glasses because he had been doing it the other way this whole time. Well, we were able to go in and have that third point of view and say, well, this is why it's needed, and kind of explain to him that this is the reason, these are the reasons, this is why it's important. And we were able to mitigate any conflict that particular employee had with his employer. And another way that you would want, a reason to have an outsourced safety consultant for the third-party safety consultant is because, say for an example, you want to do an audit on your internal processes. You're not going, a third-party safety consultant will be able to look at your safety processes without being swayed one way or the other because of, any reason really. So we would be giving a second look at it and not be swayed from external barriers. So some benefits of outsourcing: you would improve business performance. you would have a professional eye looking at your processes, and not just safety-related processes. You could have somebody look at maybe quality checks and then just throw in some safety in there, and really get all processes communicating all together that all include a little touch of safety. Improved safety communication. Again, just getting all of your processes to communicate all together will improve something as simple as just communication. Cost control of compliance activities. You're able to look at what the safety consultant is providing, and you're able to cut that down. So, like I was saying, customizing your needs, the flexibility of the consultant. The consultant will be able to give you these options. We're able to do A, B, or C. We're involved, and we can be as involved or less involved as you want. And so you're able to take control of where your costs are going. You'll have risk reduction, and then also compliance with regulatory requirements. That's not just talking about OSHA. That's including like EPA, maybe DOT, really any regulatory requirement. So now, what exactly, whenever I say outsourcing safety processes, what exactly am I talking about? So in all of the topics that you see here listed on the screen, one way or the other, you're going to have to go through some of these processes, whether it be training, program development, procurement websites, site-specific plans, OSHA citations, management review facilitation. We can help with all of these areas, and it can seem very overwhelming whenever you're trying to do other tasks, but then you have this safety aspect kind of hovering over your head. You're having all these things going on that need to get done as well. We have dozens of clients who we have met with and discussed their weaknesses, and we created a custom solution for them that just fit what they needed. And it's not saying that they needed all of these parts of the safety system to help, because maybe the processes that they have already are what they need. So we have been able to meet with a lot of different people and customize really how we're going to help them. So if you're thinking about choosing a safety consultant, how do you choose the right safety consultant for you? You would want to look at competence. So that means, are they certified? You want to see what their certifications are, what they're involved in, professional organization and membership. So are they involved in ASSE, any type of professional safety organization? Because that shows that that safety consultant is willing to go above and beyond and continually develop their professional image, and then staying up to date on what's new in safety and different views of safety as well. Maybe, it helps to be able to talk to other safety professionals and see what they're struggling with. And so that's why it's so important that you make sure that whatever safety consultant you choose, that they are a part of some type of safety organization. Also, on-the-job experience. Like I said, you don't want to choose a safety consultant that has been working in the office this whole time. You want to choose somebody who has had boots on the ground experience working with their hands, actually with the people in the field, because experience is something that you can't just learn from a book. Clients and references is something really good to look at whenever you're trying to choose a consultant. So check Google reviews, or maybe if you are a part of ASSC, ask around about that consultant. Usually, if they're a good consultant, people in the area know about them. Problem resolution and insurance risk management. Talk with them and see how, if I have A, B, and C problems, how would you resolve that? Kind of pick their brain a little bit. It's okay to ask questions in a theoretical situation, just to be able to see how that consultant would resolve it, so you can get a good feel about it. And by the way, guys and girls, if y'all have any questions, feel free to type in your questions in the questions section, and I will answer those questions after the webinar, either live or also via email. Other things that you may consider whenever you're trying to pick out a consultant is the alignment with the organization. That means that the philosophy of the consultant, does that align with your philosophy? Change compatibility, passion and energy. Is the consultant engaged? Are they asking questions? Do they show that they're interested in your problems? Natural curiosity, professionalism, learning culture. Learning culture is something that's very important, because that's meaning to take near misses and first aids and accidents and truly be able to analyze that in a learning aspect, not just, well, you're a bad worker, you messed up, too bad, so sad, that's what happens. It's really important to capitalize on bad situations like an accident to be able to learn. And the consultant should have a learning culture. Also, technology. Technology is very important, especially these days. With more and more millennials joining the workforce, they're going to connect and work better with technology. And it really will help the process flow and have things come together more naturally. So, what exactly does SafetyPro do? How do we use technology to help safety processes? So we use something called Safety Accelerator. So that's our internal processes, the Safety Accelerator. The actual software is called Capital Construction Solutions. This software is good for any industry, not just construction. And so we are able to use this software to be able to communicate on demand with the client, with the workers in the field. So as soon as they're able to do JSAs, as soon as they complete the JSA, we can see that. We can use the software to do inspections and create lessons learned. We also can use this software to do trainings and track the training as well. This software is very diverse, and pretty much any safety process that you have in place right now, it's able to be duplicated in this digital version. And what's really awesome about this software is that it has tap and talk features. So you're not having to type on this little screen. You just tap the microphone and speak into the phone, and it'll type everything that you talk. Also, it doesn't require Wi-Fi, So all of the information is stored in the cloud, but whenever you're not on Wi-Fi, it's not being stored, but as soon as it connects to Wi-Fi, it automatically backs up everything. You're able to track task progress, not just on the app, but also on the account on the computer. And you're able to store important documents like site safety plans, safety manuals, and SDSs. What's really cool about this technology that we've went with using is that it has an analytics side. So these analytics allow us to be able to see what are, like for an example, a quality inspection. So if somebody's just doing a regular inspection, they're just kind of pencil whipping it and they're not really doing very much work with it, or if they're not doing the inspection at all, we can see that. To continue on that example, if somebody is doing an inspection but doing a quality inspection, meaning they're adding notes, they're taking pictures, they're creating lessons learned, and creating tasks that need to be completed throughout that. That's just one example of how we can track who and where those inspections are being done. And this analytics side of the software can do much more than just tracking the analytics of inspections. It'll track trainings and JSAs and everything along those lines. So again, my name is Emma Swarner, and if you have any questions, my email is there. That's the phone number to get a hold of me. We look forward to hearing from you, and if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to call or email me, even if it's just to get to know each other, maybe just chat about what your thoughts are about something that's going on at your work site or something like that. Maybe it's something that we can help with, or maybe it's something that that you just want to get it over with and just have somebody else take over, or just get some advice. So that's going to be it for our webinar. Have a good day.